Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back Akshay.
Yeah,
So today, uh, crazy transfer saga happened. Actually, it is still happening. Caicedo. Akshay, let me start with you. Being a Liverpool fan, I think in the morning it was thrilling, and suddenly a bomb was dropped. So let me give you a hint, guys. Just a background story. Late night, Liverpool placed a bid for 110 million pounds for Caicedo, which was accepted by Brighton. Everyone was expecting this to be a done deal, but a twist. There's a twist in the tale. Caicedo rejected the offer because he is reluctant to join Chelsea. So now we all are expecting another bid from Chelsea. Crazy. Akshay, what's your call on this?
he's reluctant to join Liverpool, but
Liverpool.
the latest update is that he has said that whoever will bid more, and whoever will pay me more, I'll go to that club. So that shows his mentality and what type of a player he is. I think he just wants to earn money and use the opportunity to just fill his pockets. That's what I think.
Well, I think
And
Akshay
I think
is a
Liverpool
bit
play.
heartbroken, and the whole situation is
I'm
coming
not
out
heartbroken.
because,
It's a blessing in disguise because 110 million can solve all the problems for Liverpool in the transfer market, and not getting him can be a blessing in disguise for Liverpool. I think they should go ahead with Lavia and another midfielder and a defender, and just adding 10 million more can get them three players who will serve them much more rather than one player. And just
Adarsh, what's your
imagine if Caicedo gets
okay?
injured. Just imagine if Caicedo gets injured in the first half, then what will happen to Liverpool for that amount of money? So that
Okay,
amount of money is not justified for a player like Caicedo, especially a CDM.
okay. Adarsh, what's your say on this?
First of all, I don't think he's worth 110 million. Not even. He's a
Exactly.
good player. He's a decent player, but 110 million. Come on, man. What has happened to this world? I mean, 60, 70 million, or even 80 million, because we're approaching the end of the window. So I can accept that. But 110 million, and the player, man, literally shame on him. And he is not even accepting that much money. I think what he's trying to do is he's trying to see what Chelsea can come up with, and he wants to
Yeah.
have a good wage, because the 110 million will not go into his pocket. It will go to the club. So he wants to see which club comes with a better offer in terms of the weekly wages. And I think, first of all, like Liverpool, and I haven't seen Liverpool doing such business at all, especially under Jurgen Klopp. They were the they are a club who is the most smartest in terms of getting good players at cheap price. And in the beginning of the season, we saw that with McAllister. I mean, nobody knew that he had a 35 million uh, clause, and Liverpool snatched it. But now and how much time they wasted. I mean, they got the two signings done in the first 1 or 2 weeks of the transfer window. What they have been doing after that? I mean, Lavia, they were negotiating with Southampton for Lavia for just like 2, 3 million or 5 million at max, and they wasted like 2 months on it, and now they are scrabbling over this guy. And I mean, as Akshay said, I don't think his mentality is that good, to be honest with you. If
Yes.
I mean, money is one thing I can understand, but it cannot be everything. I mean, look at the project. Liverpool at the current situation is a much better project than Chelsea. I understand that Liverpool finished slightly lower than what they usually finish last season, but still, I mean, you are getting an opportunity to work under Jurgen Klopp, a manager who has won Champions League titles, one of the biggest names in football, and you know that your position will also be very well settled in Liverpool as compared to Chelsea. It's a very
Yeah.
straightforward decision. So he should kind of acknowledge that, appreciate that, and go to Liverpool. But now I think money has gone onto his head, and his head is not working at the moment, I think. And that's why he's just scrabbling. So if Liverpool are really serious about it and think of a long term, I think they should again approach Lavia. He might again cost more 10 million extra what he was originally charging. But it is what it is. I think they should now shift their concentration or focus to Lavia and just get. I mean, they shouldn't fight with Chelsea over this player. Let Chelsea take
And
him.
they will still save 60 million if they sign Lavia, by the way.
Exactly, and they can fulfill other positions with that money.
Yeah,
How
CDM
good is
and
he?
another
He's not
midfielder.
a generational
Yeah.
talent. He's not like I don't even rate him as good as Kamavinga or players like that. So how better can he serve them? So they should think very holistically on this and think what's best for them. But the
I think
twist and
Lavia can
turns.
even yeah, Lavia can even develop into a better player than Caicedo in 1 or 2 years if
Personally,
he
from
continues his
exactly what
uh
I've seen, I think Lavia, I think he's a better player than Caicedo. Many people would not think
yeah.
that, but I've seen him. I saw him playing against Arsenal last season. Tanmay, you're smiling, but he's playing for Southampton, and the other guy is playing for
Yeah,
Brighton. Southampton is a much weaker team. The way he's so composed on the ball, he's a good passer. I think he's more potential than Caicedo. Caicedo is a hype player, I think, personally.
that's why Man City had inserted a 40 million clause in Lavia, and I think if no one signs Lavia, he will be snapped up by Man City next year.
Could be, yeah.
Well, honestly telling, Man City getting Lavia next season, really can't say anything on that. Honestly telling, there's a slightly different side. Yes, money can be the reason, but since May, if by the end of the May, the personal terms were already agreed with Chelsea Football Club. Definitely, Chelsea must have had some sort of conversation with him, and that's why he is. Bit stubborn, you can say, or he has that clarity that he has to go to Chelsea only. Chelsea is a dismantled club at the moment, and they really need midfielders, right? And he can turn out to be one of the leader for Chelsea as well. Definitely, he won't be a leader at Liverpool, considering the players that they already have in the form of Van Dijk and Thiago, as a matter
But
of fact. I understand
but
Thiago is a bit injury prone, but he's a
mm,
far superior player at the moment. He's one of the finest midfielders in the world right now. And guys, you have to agree. Let's not talk about his Liverpool journey, but overall as a player, if you see, he has been one of the finest midfielder as well. He won't be getting that sort of leadership, but in Chelsea, he will be getting that leadership role as well. And if there is a motivation that yes, I can be the reason to make this club a better place to play as well, that sort of motivation can also lead to a player to join us a big club. And obviously Chelsea is not a small club, it's a big club as well. So that is also one of the things. uh, if we talk about his quality, well, he really impressed last season playing for Brighton. Brighton lost one of the best player, uh, their best player, in fact, Leandro Trossard, in the Jan transfer window, and yet they impressed everyone till the end of the season as well. The reason was one of the major reasons was McAllister and Caicedo. They all Liverpool got McAllister, and I think the reason they went from Caicedo was the injury to McAllister. McAllister got injured in the preseason or maybe in the middle of the training, and I think it was a bit of a desperate move to get Caicedo. See, it is a desperate move. They
yeah,
transfer window is about to end now. After waiting for so long, suddenly it was a late night bid, right? It was a sudden late night bid, and direct 110 million, directly 110 million. They didn't see Chelsea offered. Chelsea was reluctant with 80 million, right? The whole discussion was going on with Brighton for 80 million, and suddenly they come with a 110 million bid. Not even 85, 90, no, straight away 110 million, because they knew that Chelsea can go for 100 million. So let's just directly go for 110 million. So it was a bit of a desperate move. Yes, I totally agree that this can be a blessing in disguise for Liverpool as well, because yes, in this 110 million, they can get at least two good players. Let's not talk about three, because the way the market is happening at the moment, getting three good players is a very difficult thing. But at least they can get two good players. So yes, I think it can be a win-win situation for both Chelsea and Liverpool, because obviously Chelsea, they need players like Caicedo at the moment, who can be the leader at the midfield, who can dominate the midfield as well through their strength, through their intelligence as well.
I have few arguments here. First of all, Liverpool needed a CDM. We all know that they have been trying to like sign few players like Thuram, Kone, then Lavia. Then they finally settled on Caicedo, which was never their target. But McAllister getting injured, I don't think that is the reason that they signed Caicedo. I think they signed Caicedo because they believed that he was the right player to start from day one
But then
of the
Akshay, they
squad.
could have see, uh, They had
They
like
had they had
they
some.
literally wasted 1.5. They didn't do anything specific in the
They
last one
didn't
and a
do
half
anything
months,
specific.
and suddenly going with a late night bid
I'll come
that
to
took
this.
810 million. It was a desperate move, I guess.
Yeah, it was. You can say it's a desperate move, but it's not a move that that depended on McAllister's injury. They always wanted a CDM. The problem was that they didn't consider Lavia the one who can start. They wanted someone who can right away set the ball rolling. So they realized
Yes.
it late that okay, we have Chelsea coming up, we have the season starting. Although there are still 20 days left for them to sort their business, but they needed someone. They tried McAllister, it didn't work out as much as they wanted. So they wanted someone who can slot in right away. So I think they thought that maybe splashing the money is the only way out. And secondly, I think Chelsea have already signed a 30 million player from Rennes today as
I
Caicedo's
totally
replacement.
agree, but I think Caicedo is someone, he is a Premier League experience as
Proven
well.
player. That's
That
why I
is
think
a big
Liverpool splashed the cash
very
because he
good.
is the Premier League proven player. Otherwise, Liverpool could get three players for 120 million, 40 million each from France or Italy or anywhere. But another point is that being the leader of a dismantled team won't do any good to Caicedo. He can be a legend at Liverpool. He can be a fixed starter day in and day out, like what
Well,
Fabinho
how
was
much
to
he
Liverpool.
goes to
So
previous
I
last
think
season.
being a leader of a disgruntled team is of no use. And also, I think Chelsea is a long term project. I think Chelsea will take 2.5 years to get their team together. Still, I believe that because it's a young team, no Premier League experience, and Kunku is injured. That's again a big setback to them, I guess, because I think he will be out for the good 4 to 5 months, and
They
he
have
was
their other
their best
striker,
player.
Jackson. What's his name?
Jackson is also good, but still,
Uh,
no, Nkunku is on another level, and he was their best player, best offensive player.
but I think actually Liverpool kicked themselves on the foot because they did not have to sell all their midfielders. I think they should have kept either Henderson or
I
Fabinho.
think they should have kept Henderson.
Yeah, at
Fabinho
least one
got
of
good
them.
price. Yeah, they should have sold Thiago because he's injury prone. Henderson still has good presence and he's a leader also. So I think he should have stayed for a season. But again, money also ruined him.
But keeping Henderson would have done them good because then if they would have signed Lavia, they could have rotated both
Yeah.
of them in the same place, and then
Yes,
Henderson would not have to play
exactly.
all the games. So that would have been better
Exactly.
instead of signing Caicedo for
Yeah.
110. Even though he's a proven player, but we have seen on many occasions that a proven player comes to a new club and he terribly struggles. So we
Yes,
have to keep that. The
exactly.
Liverpool has to keep that in mind as well. And I
And
think for
also, yeah, go
yeah,
ahead.
Caicedo also. I mean, if he's really desperate to join Chelsea, if he may have Chelsea as his only the holy grail or the place he wants to really go eventually, then get sign the deal. Then that get
But
Well,
I
the
that's
think
food out of it.
I think he will suit.
Brighton block.
I
Brighton
think he's
is
a
not
Klopp
a
type of
good
player.
move.
Caicedo is more of a Klopp type player than he's a Chelsea type player.
I think he's quite
Liverpool wants
dynamic.
someone who is physical.
Every
Yeah,
time get
physical and
well.
dynamic.
I think he can play in every team. Actually, to be honest, he's a good talent.
He
No
can
denying
play,
that.
but he suits more to Liverpool's style of play.
Because we don't know what Chelsea's
I'm
style
not
of play
denying
is.
that.
This is
I'm
Chelsea's
Yeah,
first season. We don't know what their style of play is. But one thing that we have to say that Pochettino is an expert in uh,
grooming
the,
new players,
yeah, grooming new players and
youngsters, youngsters.
taking them to another level, and so is
But
Jurgen
so
Klopp.
is
So
Klopp.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
flip of a coin basically. It's who gets I mean, if he's really concerned about money, so I think then he will go to Chelsea because Chelsea can definitely give him more wages than Liverpool.
But he has changed his statement again. He said that whoever will give more salary, and if a team is the highest bidder, then
Well,
I don't
honestly
have any
telling
harm
you,
in going
I
with that team.
couldn't see that statement. The only statement I read
Just
was that
see right
he,
now. It's been he's interviewed just 2 hours back, so it's the latest news out.
well, if it was 2 hours back, definitely Fabrizio Romano would have posted it. Couldn't see anything from
Fabrizio
him.
Romano only has posted it.
By the way, the Premier League has officially started and Haaland has already scored, opened the scoring for Man City against Burnley.
Yeah,
So we are going to discuss the
Looks so good.
we are going to review the season prediction. So I don't know if this will make any difference to your predictions. It will not make any difference to my predictions. But seeing Haaland scoring in the first 4 minutes of the first match, man, Anyway, Tanmay, I
Landed
think
surprise.
we should move to the season prediction. We'll do the tops. How do you want to do it? Top six or top eight?
Top eight. Well, see, if we could talk about top six, automatically top eight will also come into the picture. So I
Yeah.
think let's move to top eight.
But
Okay, and
top eight
then
can still move here and there.
yeah, because now because Aston Villa and Newcastle teams like these we cannot ignore them, so they will be in the contention. So let's discuss the top
Even
eight, and then we'll do
even
the
Brighton as well.
yeah,
Brighton
So
Brighton.
and
Akshay,
Fulham.
let's start with you. Uh,
Start with
one
the
by
eighth.
one. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. So let's do one thing, guys. One by one, who is going to be at the eighth position, then seventh, then sixth?
yeah, yeah.
Like in the reverse order, we'll be going instead of first to
Hmm.
eighth. From eighth to first, we'll be going, and one by one. Like for example, Akshay will be telling his eighth, others you eighth, then I'll tell my eighth, then seventh. Like
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
we can move.
But
So
we'll keep it
Akshay,
quick.
exactly. So Akshay, let's start with you. Which team is, as per you, will finish eighth? And just one line reason, not much.
I think it will be Brighton. Despite Caicedo and McAllister leaving, they still have a strong group of core players and an amazing coach. So I think they will drop 2 places to eighth,
Okay.
Adarsh?
but still they'll finish eighth.
Yeah, I'm going for Aston Villa. I think Unai Emery, you know how much of a fan I am of Unai Emery, but because they're playing in the Europa League and he's a manager who will definitely look to win that league, so he will have a lot of focus in that league. But still, they are a good team and they have signed players like Tielemans, um, and Pau
Outdoors.
Torres and all those players. So it's a very good team. They will be very difficult to beat. So I think they will finish eighth. Because the only reason they will finish eighth, they could have finished higher, even seventh or sixth, is that their focus on the Europa League will be quite much. You know.
Fair enough.
Well, to be very honest, we are considering this team. Otherwise, I would have rated it even below top eight. For me, it's Tottenham Hotspurs. Already dismantled, zero mentality, and now losing Harry Kane right before Premier League. It's nothing good for them. Tottenham Hotspurs, no brain for me, no brainer for me.
So Harry Kane, is it official? Is
He
he
has
going?
landed in Munich, man. He has landed in Munich. He's there in Munich.
It's
The,
just a matter
mm,
of all
okay.
sorting the
Yeah,
nonsense.
by the,
Nonsense.
you never know. While we're in the middle of this video, the transfer might have been completed. The medical
Yeah.
might be completed. So they
Tottenham don't
lost.
have any choice,
Yeah.
honestly.
So now actually the only savior for them that is also gone. So I doubt they will be in top eight. But since like that's
By
the
the
only team,
way, Tottenham are going to
placing
sign
them in top eight.
Ezi Ezuga of Crystal
Yeah.
Palace. He's a
But
good winger.
yeah, they will go for a striker also before we have two
Yeah.
weeks. I think still we have 3 weeks before the end of the transfer
We
But
have
window.
right
20 days.
before Premier League starts, losing their star player,
Yeah,
We have
definitely
20.
mentality for not a very good thing for the whole team's
Yeah.
dressing room
But it's
environment as
okay. The
well.
coach, I think the coach is finally they have got some coach who is not a proven player and who doesn't have any pressure to perform. So I think uh,
That's
they
why
will be
I'm
good.
giving them some respect and placing them in eighth.
okay, let's
Yeah.
move. Let's move. Akshay seventh.
I'll go with Tottenham for the same reason
Yeah.
that their team is
Others,
not together. Their team is not together, and they might surprise us. But I don't think even if they surprise us, they won't gonna finish in the top four. So that's why I'm going for seven for them.
And
others, what about you?
actually, I'm going for Brighton. I think the loss of McAllister and eventual loss of Caicedo, that will be big for them. Because the middle of the park is the most important place of the whole team, and they are going to struggle with that definitely. But they have a good coach, a good team. They have been together for a long time, so I think they will still perform well. But the levels will drop slightly. So seventh is still a good position for them, I believe. So I'll go with them for seventh.
Exactly. My answer is also the same. Brighton. Another thing, they'll be playing Europa League as well this year. So the overall, workload is also going to hamper their game. And yes, I am expecting them to drop. They can drop beyond eighth as well. To be very honest, I won't be surprised if they get below eighth. I won't be surprised with that, guys, because they already lost their three star players. Already they lost Leandro Trossard in Jan, and now McAllister, and now Caicedo also.
Yeah.
So losing their three star players and playing Europa League, which is one of the main major league for them. At least for them, it's a major league, right? So they cannot really take that league very lightly. That something that usually the team does, they won't do that. They cannot really afford to do that. So I think that will take a toll on them and they will drop.
Okay.
Sixth position actually
Sixth.
for you.
Chelsea.
Okay. I mean, they finished 12th last season, so
So
progression of
yeah,
six
significant
positions.
significant upgrade. So yeah, I think it's a new team and Pochettino still needs a season's time to sort it out. It won't be easy for them, but yeah, I think I'm giving them a good position. I don't think they can finish above sixth.
Okay. My team for sixth position is Tottenham. I know that they're losing Harry Kane, and but I think that they will sign some, at least a very big player, or maybe not. Then at least another two strikers, because they need reinforcement in that position. They cannot rely on Richarlison, and maybe he performs, but it's very unlikely. But overall, I think they have a good manager. I haven't seen them play much. The only preseason match that I saw was the one in which Harry Kane scored 4 goals and they won 5-0. So all credit goes to Harry Kane. But still, I think the manager, how he dealt with the press conference, and he exudes that
Confidence.
that confidence. Um, so I think he can at least get the team together, and they still have the quality uh, if they don't do any outlandish thing on the pitch, keeps things simple, stays strong at the back, then I think they can concede less goals, can be very defensive, and then take out points. And also see the other teams which are contending for these 6, 7, 8 positions. Most of those teams are not traditionally teams who finish in that position, like Newcastle, Aston Villa, all and they're playing in the Champions League or Europa League. So of course that will have a toll on their Premier League season, and Tottenham can capitalize on that. So that is my only way of thinking how Tottenham can finish in the sixth position. So yeah, I'm going with Tottenham.
My sixth position will be Aston Villa. The reason is very simple. They were already, I know they are playing Conference League this year, another UEFA League, right? Others, they are not playing Europa, they will be playing the Conference League.
Conference League, yeah.
Yeah,
Still,
they
it's
are
a
playing
European competition.
and obviously, see, Unai Emery is a very smart manager. He knows all the workload and everything. He has done that in several clubs before. He is a master in winning Europa League at least, right? And the same thing I'm expecting to happen with Aston Villa. They didn't lose many of their great players from the last season, the good players from the last season. But they got few additions as well in the form of Telemans and Pau Torres,
And also
right?
their premier defender, Diego Carlos, is back after injury.
Exactly. Diego Carlos is also back from
Yeah.
injury, so I think not they didn't lose anything, but they won few players as well. So that is really going to help them. And I think from seventh, I'm expecting them to come up till at least sixth.
Okay.
Akshay, fifth position for you.
Newcastle United. I think playing the Champions League will have some consequence and they will drop 2 places. Also because other teams have strengthened.
Others?
Yeah, I'm also going for Newcastle United. Champions League is a tricky one because I don't think that there are so many teams in the Champions League who are that good. Even last season we saw that Inter went to the Champions League final. So I think Newcastle can also, if they really try, can at least go up to the quarters or maybe semis. And yeah, they can go. And if they do so, then obviously that will impact their Premier League season. And I think their away form, I haven't been really impressed with their away form. I know that at home they're solid. So yeah, that may have an impact. I know they have had few decent additions, Tonali and all that. But yeah, I think fifth position is locked in for Newcastle United for me.
Well, I will also go with Newcastle, but if you ask me, guys, I won't be surprised if they again finish top four. The reason is, again, they didn't lose any of the player from the last season, but few good additions have happened this season. Manager has already given the statement that he's already happy with the squad depth now, right? So yes, I'm getting them onto the fifth position because of the same reason, Champions League. But I won't be surprised if if they finish top four, because you never know, they might get eliminated in the first round of the Champions League, and that can
Yeah.
really help them in the Premier League as well. So I won't be surprised. I'll be very honest. I won't be surprised. And the top four that I am contending at the moment, even a couple of teams, they don't have a very excellent scenario, and they are not guaranteed to finish top four. So
It's a
yes, they
tricky,
can.
tricky top for this time.
Exactly, it will be
Very
a tricky
tricky.
top four, to be very honest. Exactly. So just a tentative one for me, Newcastle, but they can finish top four as well.
Yeah,
Akshay,
everything is tentative.
I
sorry.
think,
And
yeah,
I think,
everything is tentative basically. Even top 10 is
hmm,
quite tentative.
okay, your fourth
Yeah.
one.
Well,
Finally
yeah,
My
entering into
fourth.
the
fourth
top four.
is my fourth is I was confused between Liverpool and Manchester United, but I'll go for Manchester United because I think though they have signed Mount and the new Rasmus striker, but I don't think, like, I don't know what will happen. If Rasmus clicks, then they can even go up to, I think, the second position. But if Rasmus doesn't click and if Mount remains the same as he was in the last season at Chelsea, then I think they'll finish fourth. So it's
Others.
all depends.
Yeah, true.
Uh, yeah, fourth, I'll go with Liverpool. Um, I, I'm not very confident because I
Yeah.
think that Liverpool
Even
as a
I could
le-
have chosen them. Even I could have chosen them.
yeah,
But fourth is
Liverpool,
swap between Manu and Liverpool.
yeah, Liverpool as
Well,
a lethal
Liverpool
squad.
fan has chosen United.
I mean, sorry.
United
But they
fan
don't
has
have
chosen
squad depth.
Liverpool.
But
Yeah,
they
but
don't have
look
squad
at the
depth.
attack, man. Look at the attack. They have six
Attack is
strikers.
firing on all cylinders
That's so
after a long time.
they can have a season like 13, 14. They can score like 100 goals this season and they
Yeah.
will
I
concede
think
goals.
that's what is going to happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Klopp is back on to heavy metal football.
Yeah, so I
That's
think
what I have seen in the preseason.
yeah, so they will win games like 3-2, 5-2,
Yeah.
5-3,
Yeah.
4-3 because I know that they will score a lot of goals. Man, they have five good strikers. And based on that only, I think they will get into the top four. Uh, we'll discuss about the other three later, but my yeah, I was confused with United, but I think United overall is a more balanced team than Liverpool. That's why I went with Liverpool for top four, for the fourth position.
Well, my at the moment, yes, my team is Manchester United, and yes, Manchester United can slip further down as well, and Newcastle can take the fourth position.
Depends
As for
on
me,
the
it is very
striker
simple.
basically and
They are
Mount.
lacking. See, they got the striker, but he is not a Premier League proven striker,
That's what
and
I'm saying,
his
na?
stats and even his numbers were not that great in Serie A as well. So we have to see exactly what happens.
Yeah.
Rashford, again, he is a purple patch player. You never know whether he will perform or not. Not a guaranteed player. Yes,
But
they
he will
got
score 15 goals. I know he will score 15 goals again. At least
15.
No,
15.
15.
Oh, yeah, he just gave me a heart attack, man. So, anyway, so
Might be true
uh,
also. Who knows?
no, not 50. Come on, you're just being over optimistic. So then again, Mount. There is no guarantee how he will perform.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And major point, one injury in the defense line, and they're
They are
gone.
gone.
One injury in the defense line, they're gone.
But same
No
for
CDM
Liverpool as well.
apart from Casemiro, there is no CDM as well. Fred is gone, right?
Yeah.
So there is no proper CDM as well right now. United is a team who need hell lot of signings at the moment,
Yes.
and
At least three.
I don't see them going for proper signings right now. Yes, with Harry Maguire gone, it will be a better environment, better position for United, but they have a very thin
Line.
squad at the moment. Just
And
a
thin
couple
line
of
between
injuries and they're gone.
adversity and success.
So just a couple of injuries and they're gone. So that's why fourth position, but they can slip down. Others, you have to agree with me on this.
No,
They can go up to three as well, I guess.
I think
But it all depends.
we will definitely improve from last season. And if last season we finished third, then improving on that can at least get us third. That's my thinking basically. I know that other teams have also improved, but so has United in some positions, and the window is still. We have 2 3 weeks to go, so we can sign an.
Exactly.
If
See, right now,
we
I
don't have
totally
to.
agree with you, but I don't see them going for any midfielder at the moment.
No, I mean that
They
can come
can.
as a surprise. So
They can
we
go from
the,
other leagues.
the thing is that we don't have to sign any big player now. We don't have to sign any superstar. We can do good with like decent players, 30 40 million players. If you can
Yeah.
like Rasmus Højlund, I think they will surprise you. He's actually a very good player. I only saw some highlights of him, but I think he's a very talented player. He's very good on the ball, and he's a tall player,
Yeah.
physically
But
and on the ball. He's very
but it's
good. So I
Premier
think
League.
yes, I know,
But it's Premier League.
but he was
So
playing in
never know.
Atlanta, and they
And
also play very
Atlanta is
good.
a dynamic team,
And
attack-minded team.
Agreed. That's why others I placed them in the fourth position at the moment because see other teams have better depth, squad depth as compared to Manchester United. There is no depth. You have to agree. Just one injury. See, Lisandro Martinez and Rafael Varane both are injury-prone defenders, right? One injury, gone.
They
we
need
will
a
sign a
defender.
center back. We will sign a center back. That
Yeah.
is for sure. And see, the Liverpool and Chelsea, the way
Let's
they
see.
played last season, it will take some time for them to solidify their position in the top four. You cannot just say that they will automatically get into
I
the
think
top four.
Chelsea needs time. Liverpool just needs,
Liverpool,
I
yeah,
think,
it's
one or two good signings to go to second position. They
yeah,
Let's
just
see
need
what
two
happens.
signings.
Let's see what happens. I
But
think
again,
this
that's a
video is
thin
about
line.
to end.
They can go
Guys,
below
this
as well.
video is about to end now.
Yeah.
Others need to send
yeah.
the link. All right. So, Akshay, uh, third for you.
Liverpool.
uh, I
I
don't
think
really think you
I
need an
think
explanation,
depends.
but yeah, you can
Everything
give.
depends on they signing a CDM and a central defender. So if they get their way and they sign a central defender and CDM in the next 20 days, so they have a good chance of even finishing in the top two. But otherwise, I think they'll finish third or fourth.
Others.
Yeah, I think Liverpool will do better than last season. Uh,
So that is third
but
or fourth.
yeah, but for me, I think it will be United for the third spot. We did not have a striker last season. We played with I don't even know, want to name him, but even still, we
Was
finished. Yeah, I know. We finished in the third position last season, and there was a patch where you remember for a season, for a month or so, we were also like competing for the title. I mean, not from the heart, but just the table showed it. So I think we can still go on that run. It is very important that our wingers play well this time. Last
But
season
again,
only, yeah, Rashford was the only one who scored goals. I want Anthony and Sancho to be
Sancho.
more involved, and if they can be involved, they have the skills, they have the ability to do it. Uh, with respect to defense, I hear you, but I think we will be signing a couple of central defenders, or at least one, so that anybody of Varane or Martinez gets injured, then that player can step in. So I think, and the team has been together for a long time. I think I do see a good chemistry within the team, especially after Ronaldo went. The team seems to be in a good space, so I think that can help us win a lot of games continuously, and I think we can. There will be a gap with the second team, but I think we can be in the third position, fighting with Liverpool for that spot. I think these are the only two teams I think can go from third to fourth or fourth to third. I don't see anybody else.
Well, my answer is Liverpool. Though I don't like Liverpool, I'll be very honest. I don't like them at all. But still, I will go for Liverpool. I think, guys, Liverpool played much better in the second half as compared to the first half, especially in the last 3 months, starting from March till May. I think they played much better football, and that's why they finished fifth, right? And there was a time when they were they were in the fourth position as well. So Liverpool is the third position team. See, their attack is already sorted. Midfielders, I know they will get a midfielder eventually. The CDM they will get. Their Klopp is not going to, uh, you know,
Risk
he
another
won't
season.
compromise.
Yeah.
He won't compromise anything on that. So they already have a set defense line. At least the first team for defense is already set for them. Only change they need is the CDM, and they will get eventually. So again, the side will be balanced up to some extent. So my team is Liverpool for the third position.
Okay.
Akshay, second position for you. I
I think it's a
we
bit tricky. I think Man City will drop their level, although Haaland is outlier for them. And so I think Arsenal can go all the way this time because they have signed the reinforcements. Although they will perform or not, that's another debate. But yeah, they have got a good squad and they can challenge City, at least for the Premier League, not on all levels.
okay, okay.
I think
Others,
City will prioritize Champions League again this time rather than Premier League.
they will
They have
prioritize all five leagues, Akshay, all four leagues
no,
actually. To be
they have got a
honest,
taste of the Champions League now, and I think they'll love to focus all their energies on the Champions League.
I don't know.
They
I
want to win it again
well,
more
I
than they
have.
want to win the Premier League.
I think
So
I'm
more
just
than
comparing
agree.
the two competitions.
who are you
I
going with
think
finally?
games I have more arguments on that, but
I
it
am
will be my time. I will say it. Don't worry. Adarsh,
No,
what's
no,
your say on
I'm
it?
going with City for second this time. It has nothing to do with what I like or what I don't like. I never judge a team on if I like them or not.
No,
I
no, I
always
do.
stay
I'm not saying
transparent.
anything about that. I'm not
Yeah,
saying anything about that.
it's
I'm
just
not
my
saying
way.
anything about
My way
that. I
of
know that.
yeah.
That's fine. That's
I don't
completely fine.
like if
See,
I don't
I'm
like
just
a
saying
team,
that
I
I have
would not.
argument. See,
Yeah,
I agree. I'm
yeah.
saying I
Obviously,
have
obviously.
argument, and I will say those when it will be my turn.
Yes, yes,
Adarsh,
yes, yes.
what about you?
Obviously.
Yeah, Tanmay, to your surprise also, I'm also going with the Man City to finish second. This has to end, man. This has to end. Liverpool did it
Yes, yes.
for
This will
once.
end.
That
Don't
is
worry.
something you want, but what's the
No,
prediction?
no, why it cannot? I mean, see, Haaland was a surprise for everybody in the first season. I think teams will find a way to figure him out somewhat this season. And De Bruyne, I think his level has not
Has
dropped
dropped.
per se. No,
I
it has
think it
not
has
dropped.
dropped.
But I think his stamina, his physicality has dropped a bit. He tends to be more
That's
injured
what.
across the season.
Yeah.
And losing a player like Gundogan, I mean, literally, I'm telling you, they will miss Gundogan. Kovacic is not on the levels of Gundogan. He's not around him. So he's good on the ball and all that, but the game presence and the threading of the passes that Gundo can do in the final third, he cannot. So they will miss him. Also, like player like Mahrez, when City was going through a drought, he used to step in and score goals. I don't think Phil Foden is. I mean, can he take such a big mantle? Can he step up and provide all those goals, those moments that Mahrez did for all those seasons? I think this will be a bit of a transition for Man City. To be honest with you, they will not their levels. They will not drop their levels too much. But I think if Arsenal can give them a good fight like they did last year, and they just have to maintain their focus for the final phase of the season. That's what they were not able to do last season, and that's where City is most dangerous. So the way Arteta, I've seen him, the players really respect him, and find. I mean, they think they believe in him basically, and I think they can go all the way. So for me, it will be City. We can discuss more in detail, but I mean, one injury to Haaland, and think about it. Alvarez for the whole season, I know he can contribute off the bench and all that, but playing 90 minutes for a long stretch and then scoring with the consistency of Haaland, they this can be difficult for City. I think they should have reinforced their squad a bit more. I think they did just one or two signings. They may do a few signings more, but I think they should have reinforced. The players are also aging. Don't forget that. So I think they haven't done all that, but it's Pep Guardiola. You never know. But for me, from the heart also and from the mind also, I think Man City will finish second.
Well, I my answer is Arsenal. They are already doing signing. They are on the verge of signing two more players. Paqueta, which is a Brazilian right winger,
Yeah, West
and
Ham.
they exactly. Uh, and then there is Doku, another right winger. So one Mare is gone. They're getting two right wingers, and I agree. Gundogan is a huge gap to fill. Kovacic is someone who is in the learning phase, but then Bernardo Silva can step up and take that position, and he definitely can. We all know that he is capable of doing everything on the field. Everything he can. He is someone who runs behind to support the defense. Who is someone who can score goals, who can assist, who can pass, who can cross. Just name anything on football he cannot do.
I think
There's nothing.
he's Man City's best player.
Like, no, not right now. Not right
Yeah.
now. It has to be De Bruyne at the moment. It has to be De Bruyne. And yes, De Bruyne is a bit injury prone, and that has been happening for last 5 years. For last 5 years, I have seen I'm seeing De Bruyne getting injured almost every season for maybe a 1 month or two, and same thing will be happening right now as well. But I don't think that will really hamper them much. Yes, City is a slow starter. They start slowly, but in the second half, the way they pick up, man, they brutally just start humiliating teams, and that has been happening for last 6 years. So again, my vote is for Arsenal. You guys might be surprised, but I won't be surprised if Arsenal, slips down as well. Because at the moment, obviously they got Declan Rice. Again, we are not 100% confident
Yeah.
on Declan Rice.
That
We
he
have
will
made
perform or not.
several conversations that Declan Rice, the amount they spent on Declan Rice, is he worth that much? No, he is not that kind of a player where we have 100% trust that yes, this player will help the team to win the Premier League. We don't have that trust in
But
Declan Rice.
They did not lose Partey. My problem was that if they had lost Partey and then Declan Rice was the only player for that position, then it would have been difficult. But not losing
Well,
Partey, who in himself is
They
a
have
very good player.
Jorginho. They
Partey
have
at the moment,
Jorginho as
how
They
well.
many
also have
20 days are
Jorginho.
still left? 20 days are still left. They still might lose Partey. I am not
They
saying
I
they
won't
don't
will
lose
think
Partey.
lose
They'll lose
Partey.
they.
Jorginho
I think they would.
now.
They may not lose any of them because think. See,
Yeah.
even last season, I agree, Tanmay, that City really uh, increased their level of play in the last 10 or 15 games. But last season, if Arsenal were confident in themselves, which weren't, they lost the title. They were ahead of City. They could have. They should not have allowed City to close that gap, but they did because they did not have the experience of playing in that position. But now I think they have
And
that
also
experience
reinforcements.
and the
They
reinforcements.
yeah.
So
I agree with that, but I still don't have 100% trust in Arsenal to win the Champions League, to win the Premier League. I'm sorry, Premier League. Plus, they are playing Champions League as well. They sacrificed on Europa League last year, guys. They're playing Champions League, and they will not take Champions League lightly.
I
So
think they
that
will.
is going to be an additional workload for them.
I
And
think
also, Gabriel Jesus is injured for another maybe I guess 2 to 3 months. So again, a big blow for them.
But they can fulfill that gap. Gabriel Jesus wasn't as effective as he is usually in the last season as well.
Well, do you really
And
think Kai Havertz is? Do you have that trust in Kai Havertz? Well, I
I
certainly
don't
do.
have trust in Kai Havertz. I'm not talking about Kai Havertz, but I think they can. They have that depth to overcome that.
Only
Jesus.
player they are left with is Trossard.
Yeah,
Well,
and
I like Trossard. I personally like
I
Trossard,
think when
but
Arsenal was playing with Trossard, they were playing much better than when Jesus came. I think that's where their
I
ship
agree
got
with you. That's what I'm saying. I like Trossard,
yeah.
but do
Yeah.
I trust this team at the moment to compete Manchester
I think
City for a Premier League
Havertz.
title? I don't
I'm
think
not
so.
sure about Havertz, but I think others are proven players.
yeah, they
I'm not
don't
sure
play with
about
a
Havertz.
striker. I mean, even last season's Saka, Martinelli, and Odegaard, all three of them scored more than 10 goals. So their goals are spread
Yeah.
out. Even
Yes.
if they don't play with Jesus, they won't struggle scoring goals, I think.
I think Trossard can cover up for
I
some
agree
goals.
with you. I agree. I agree with everything. But City, being a more experienced team in winning the titles, they have been doing it for last, I would say, 10 years. In last 11 years, they won like 7 titles, I guess. Five under Pep
Yeah,
Guardiola and two
that
before him.
that's a fact.
So winning,
I mean, arguing against City is obviously much difficult than arguing in favor of Arsenal. It's always difficult. But see, think about the psychological effect also. City won it all last season. They won the treble. They've been winning
Yeah.
leagues. So their motivation can also go down this season. Players might
Yes.
think that we've
That's
done
what.
so much, we can take it out easily this time. And that might, give Arsenal the encouragement to go. And they're very desperate. I've seen not just the fan groups, but the players also. I think they really want to take it up this time, take up the level
I
to do it.
agree. I agree. See, that might happen. Obviously, it's football. Anything can happen in football. But looking at the current scenario, no, I don't see Arsenal at the moment competing City for the title. Very
Why
difficult job.
so have they improved or not from last season, Arsenal, in terms of the squad? You tell me, which player have they
In terms
lost?
of squad, it is a slightly better squad because yes, they got Timber, they got Declan Rice, they got Kai Havertz. Yes, they have been addition of few players. But again, they might improve as well. I totally agree. The gap was 8 points last year. It might drop to maybe 6 or maybe 5. But winning against Manchester City, it's very difficult. Very difficult. I right now, at the moment, I don't see them.
But still, I don't see City at the same level that they were last time. So
City
that's
is
what
always a
it's
slow
gonna be
starter.
close. It's gonna be
Actually,
close
City
this
is
time.
always slow starter. See, they lost Joao
Not
Cancelo, who
always.
was playing
Just
for
last
Not
them.
season.
always, yeah. The last two seasons, maybe we can say, but they're
Yeah.
not always
Not
Yes,
as.
two
yes,
seasons,
yes.
just
See,
last season, I guess.
after that COVID season, if you look at the team after the COVID season, they have been a slow starter. They lose the
But
games in the middle
after
and
COVID
suddenly
season,
they start winning it.
all top three were, I guess, slow in the beginning.
But
If
that's what I'm saying. That they
Yeah.
start bit slowly, but I will not at all
But yeah,
rule them out with
I
the
think
Premier League. For
uh,
me, it's City again this
I
season.
think the other point you said that Arsenal can also go down. That's also valid, equally valid.
yeah, I
They
mean they
might
They
have
slip.
can,
They might slip. I
they
won't be
might, yeah,
surprised.
yeah.
experience. I mean they don't have the experience. If they can match City in the last, City are the most dangerous in the last 10, 12 games of the season. They're almost unbeatable at that point. So if Arsenal
Yeah.
can make a gap of like 10, 12 points like they did last season and can maintain their performances for the last 10 games, I think they can win it
But
this time.
I think till the transfer window doesn't close and till the business doesn't end, I think we can't predict the
Yeah.
like what will happen.
Yeah,
What
we,
if
we
Liverpool sign three
Exactly.
midfielders, or if Man U sign three new players? I think the dynamics can change all of a sudden.
yeah, I mean we are just doing this prediction because the season is starting from tomorrow. So
Season is
otherwise,
fine, but I think transfer window will play a major role,
Today, not
especially for
tomorrow. It has
Liverpool and
yeah,
started. He
for
already
Man U.
I
started.
mean,
Haaland
yeah,
has scored two. Haaland has already
That's
scored 2 goals.
that's okay. That's okay, but still we have a long way to go. One or two games, initial games, we can't predict much. If especially I'm telling that if Liverpool and Man U sign three good players, I think dynamics can change. It will
yeah.
be much more competitive then.
Okay, let's do the next segment, which will be the top goal scorer uh,
Well,
this
Adarsh,
season.
before moving to the next segment, I'm really sorry to cut you.
No
I
problem.
have a slight change in my list of top 8. I'm removing Tottenham Hotspurs and I'm adding Chelsea for the eighth position.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Why you guys didn't include Chelsea? I'm also
Yeah,
removing.
I'm removing
I
Tottenham
think,
and I'm
and
including Chelsea. Tottenham, I
I'm
don't see in
removing
the top 10 as
Brighton.
well.
I'm removing Brighton and adding Aston Villa.
Yeah, with Chelsea, I mean the horrible way they played last season, man. It's really hard to
They
think. I know
signed. They have signed almost signed Caicedo and
They got
Lavia.
Pochettino this
they
time.
They
They
have
have a good
snatched.
manager who
They have
has a
snatched
certain
Caicedo.
philosophy
yeah,
who can play games.
it's only Pochettino that gives me the encouragement that they can do something this season. But I haven't seen them playing
But
any. They won against I think Brighton in the preseason. This still conceded three
but
goals. They won 4-3.
Nkunku is injured.
Yeah, I mean,
Consider that.
But
I
Nkunku is
still,
okay.
their
I
main player.
would see transfer window is still yet to go, yet to
Yes, yes,
happen.
yes. That's what I'm saying.
Caicedo most likely will join Chelsea,
And
right?
Lavia
And
also.
with Enzo, exactly, and with Enzo already in the team, and definitely we all know Chelsea will make another couple of signings.
Yeah, yeah.
So
But
I
what will
don't
we do?
see
What will they do with four CDMs in Enzo, Lavia,
Enzo
Caicedo,
is
and
not a
one they
CDM.
already signed today?
Akshay,
Yeah,
I'm sorry to cut you. Enzo is not a CDM. He's a CM.
He's sort of defensive-minded player.
No, he's not defensive minded. He's someone
He's
who
a
can score
CM.
box to
He's a
goals.
box.
defensive-minded CM. Yeah,
He's a
box to
box to
box.
box midfielder who can score goals.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
then
that would be considered in defensive only because Chelsea played that formation.
okay, I'll
I
also
don't
make a
know.
change then. Just by the virtue that Chelsea has Pochettino, and obviously they have better players than Brighton, so I'm taking out Brighton. I think this season will be a struggle for them, and I'm
Yeah, but they'll finish
getting
top 10. Brighton will still
yeah,
finish
yeah.
top 10
I mean they will not be relegated for sure, and they will be
along
better
with
than
along with
yeah.
Fulham.
Fulham. I think will struggle this season. To be honest with you,
But
big time.
they haven't lost any major player, and
Okay,
look like a
guys, I
well-oiled unit.
think Fulham
They
is totally out of picture at the moment. Let's not talk about Fulham right now.
Acha,
Uh,
what about Luton Town?
I
New
think
kid on the block,
they'll finish last, and they will not get more than 15 points. That's my prediction for Luton Town.
and they will not enter Premier League for the next 50 years again.
Could be. I mean, 50 years is a long time, but
This is my
yes,
prediction.
that's a very long time, but yeah,
okay.
let's see.
Let's do the
Anyways,
top
top
scorers here.
scorers.
Hmm.
I think is there any
I
brainer who
think we
is going
should
to be
I
the
think
top
we should
scorer?
remove Haaland first of all. Let's remove Haaland from this list.
Okay,
Why
so
we should not?
no, no, no,
Yeah,
wait, wait, wait.
because
So we all are in agreement that Haaland will be the top scorer, right? Then let's do
Yeah,
the
yeah, that's
second
why.
one. Who after him?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I was saying. I was trying to say.
So let's
Yeah.
do one thing. We'll talk about top five. We'll talk about top five starting from fifth till second. Okay.
Three, top three. Five are too much, man.
Top
We
three
don't have time.
till third and second and third. So
Yeah.
Akshay,
Yeah.
third as per you.
I haven't thought. Give me 10 seconds to have my
Well,
thoughts together.
you can go ahead, Tanmay. I will also have to think about
Yeah, you
this.
can go ahead till then.
Mohammad Salah.
Top third?
Yeah, for me, Mohammad
I
Salah.
don't think so.
Well, definitely for me, it's
I
a
will go
no-brainer.
for. I'll go for Nunes.
Okay. I mean, fair enough. He can. They have a lethal
He's
front line,
he
man.
is scoring
He
goals
can
in
score
the.
goals, but Mohammad Salah is Mohammad Salah. Come on.
Let's maybe he's it's
I don't think
maybe
he will score much
Yeah.
goals this season. He will get good amount of assists.
okay for the
That's what I
third
think.
spot. I'm going with Marcus Rashford. He has to. If United has to finish third, then he will have to score at least 20 goals. So I'm going with.
Yeah,
See, I
good
mean,
choice.
by the way, we're not choosing Harry Kane, any one of us, because he's leaving, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Otherwise, he would
So
have
he
been the
has.
second one. So
Yeah,
for
he has
third for me is
vacated a spot.
Rashford. You said Nunes and you said Salah, right?
Actually, there is a slight
Salah.
change. I'm really sorry. Slight change. And it's not Marcus Rashford, Adarsh. It's not Marcus Rashford. I think for me, it's going to be Hojland. Hojland. What? Rasmus
Hoyland.
Hojland.
Rasmus
Hoyland.
Højlund.
Hoyland. Whatever it is name. His
I'm
name is
happy with that also.
Hojland. Third is Hoyland for me.
Just being a Manu
I
fan.
don't see
Others
it.
just being a Manu fan.
Yeah, somebody will
Sorry.
have to score.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay,
Hoyland. As
Hoyland
for
is
me.
fine. Second, the Akshay. Who's the second one?
Tough choice, but I'll go with. Mm, I'll go with Martinelli.
I had him in my mind, but I think the goals will be spread out a lot. So
Exactly.
he will be
It will
scoring
be,
goal.
but
He yeah.
he'll be
Uh,
close to the top three.
my second is Mohamed Salah. I mean, he's a proven goal scorer. I think can Martinelli really score more goals than Mohamed
Yes,
Salah?
he can this
Um,
season. Salah is more of a. He's not of a. He doesn't go to the box that much. I think if you see the preseason, I think there's a change in club system, and he's more of playing more of a traditional winger now than he used to,
okay,
and
right,
that's what his role will be this season.
okay.
Yeah,
What's your second, Tanmay?
Well, no brainer. Mohamed Salah, obviously, proven goal scorer. He has been scoring more than 20 goals for last 4 to 5. Yeah, last season he
this
couldn't score
season.
20, but before that, for good 4 seasons, he was scoring more than 20 goals. No brainer. It's Mohamed
Even
Salah,
last season,
obviously.
he would have scored more than 15. I'm pretty sure. Even last season,
Yeah,
Yeah, I think he must
17 or
have. He
18,
must
I
have.
think.
17 or 18,
Yeah,
19, I guess.
yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, so Mohamed
Mohamed
Salah,
Salah.
obviously, man.
And
It's a
first is
no
Harry.
brainer.
Okay. What other categories can we do? Can we do the
Assists.
team who will score most goals, according to you?
Most goals. Do we? Okay, let's remove the first. Let's again talk
No,
about
no, no,
second and
no.
No,
third.
no, 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 no,
In
no.
this one, we are not removing. Why do you think that
Okay,
Man City will score
There
most
won't
goals?
be much gap. There won't be much gap, and don't be surprised if Liverpool come first
Okay,
because the strikers they have.
go with your choice
I'll go
then.
for Liverpool with the first position this time.
Okay, I'm also going with Liverpool one. I just
I'm being
see,
honest. It's not that I'm Liverpool fan, but I am being
yeah,
completely transparent this time.
man, they have five strikers, man.
Yeah,
Literally
that's
Liverpool.
what.
I'm
And
also
not
going
just
with
five
Liverpool.
strikers. I've seen them in preseason, and they are scoring goals like crazy.
Yeah, Tanmay,
More of a 2017 Liverpool than a
no
2022
need to
Liverpool.
ask you, right? It's City.
well, I'll be very honest. Liverpool have, when they were in their prime during the 17, 18, 19, and 20 seasons, for good at least 4 to 5 seasons when they were in their prime, right? They were scoring goals like anything, 4 goals, 5 goals every game, and yet they were below City. So again, they will be below City.
But
City is the
there
first.
were seasons that they had scored more goals than City and still lost the
Which
title
season are
to
you
City.
talking about? Which
I
season?
don't remember exactly. We
Okay,
have to
No
see
let's
the
season.
stats, but I
let's
think there
do
were one or two seasons.
let's do the
No.
team.
There were.
Let's do the team who will concede the least amount of goals, most clean sheets or least amounts of goal conceded.
I'll go with Newcastle.
Oh, that's a surprise. I mean, I respect their
Not a
defense,
surprise.
but I mean, I'm
You can see their record.
the least goals
Yeah,
across 20 teams.
across
Okay,
20 teams.
I
It was
am.
United last season.
Newcastle was, I think, second or third last season
It was
in the
it
least
was
amount of
United
goals.
last season, and for me, it will be again Manchester United.
Okay,
Who will score the least goals or who will concede the least goals?
concede.
Yeah. So I don't think Manu will concede the least goals.
For me, it's Man U.
Okay, that's quite well. Thank you for that.
That
Surprising.
is surprising, actually.
Yeah.
No, no, I have my reason. See, I have my reason. They have a better goalkeeper this time, firstly. Plus, with definitely they will be signing a centre back. With Casemiro, it is very difficult to score goals for the opponents. Guys, don't underestimate Casemiro. He is an
Yeah.
animal. He's a beast.
Still,
I have
still, still,
seen
still.
Casemiro
It's
for
Premier League.
good 7, 8 years as a rival, and with
But
an
he was at his
with
prime
the
there
big
back
time
then.
Barca, I've seen him.
I don't think
He's a
he's at his
monster.
prime. He's not even at his 75%.
He is more than 75%. Come
Uh,
on. Last season,
I don't
United
think so.
finished third. The main reason was Casemiro.
Yeah, he was the main reason, but again, he's not at his peak. He's very good, still very good,
It's not about being
but
in the
not at
prime,
his
but
peak.
even if he's at his 80% or 70%, it's good enough. See, when he's at his prime, na Akshay, he can score also. He is
Yeah,
someone
I
who
know
can
that.
distribute the passes also. But
Yeah, yeah.
defensive ability, it's his natural thing. So with Casemiro,
Again,
if he
he has
doesn't
the
get
good
injured, it
ability
is
to,
very difficult for any opponent to score.
but don't underestimate Newcastle's defensive record last
I'm not
time.
underestimating
Their
Newcastle.
defense is
We're
what
talking
saved
about
them.
conceding. See, we are talking about conceding least number of goals. We have to
Yeah,
name
that.
one team. For me, it's
Yeah, yeah.
United.
Okay, okay,
With De
fair enough.
Gea last season, they conceded least number of goals. Man, they conceded like 6 goals in a game, 7 goals in a game, and yet they conceded least number of goals. So the
okay.
team has a defensive system. They have a defensive line at least for the first team, right? And they will be getting another centre back as a Maguire replacement. So I'm
But
not underestimating any team, but for me, it's Manchester
but again,
United.
their centre backs are injury prone, so that can also be a factor.
That's why they are. See, last season they had Maguire as the backup, right? This time Maguire is gone, and definitely they will get a better player. Todibo
Yeah,
is one of the target for them, who is a good centre back, far better than Maguire. So with him,
anyone is
and
better than Maguire.
Lindelof performs much better when he is without Maguire.
Yeah,
Guys,
yeah,
if
yeah.
you notice, his performance is much better when he plays without Maguire, right? So I think they one centre back, and they will have a stable defensive system. And with Onana as the goalkeeper, I can trust on him, and I think they will again maintain that streak.
But still don't know about how Onana will perform in the Premier League. It's a
Okay,
totally
okay.
That is
different
some,
curry.
that is something we have to look right now. It's my prediction at the moment, looking
Yeah,
at the
okay.
current scenario.
Yeah, okay. Let's move. So my team for this spot will be Man City. I mean, look at the center backs that they have. And my
Guardiola.
argument against United is that we cannot always play counter-attacking football. We have to move on from
Yeah.
that. We have to play the ball, play natural football, right? So we will score a lot more goals, but I think we will concede more goals as well. But I think Man City's defense is really solid, especially after signing Guardiola. It will be more solidified. They play centre backs on their fullback positions also, so I think it will be Man City. Arsenal could have been a contender also, but I mean, Gabriel, I'm
Depends
not sure. Gabriel, if
on injury.
he's a bit leaky, right?
Yeah.
So I'll go with Man City.
And
I
depends
think
on injury as well for Arsenal.
yeah, but Man
If
City, I
they
think they
get injured, they don't have
yeah, Man City have
the
like
backup.
they have at least three pairings of center backs who can easily play every game
Exactly.
of the season.
Exactly.
So I'll go with
Exactly.
Man City.
Totally agree on that.
I would love to say Man City, but I have seen them conceding goals.
Yeah.
They have
But
never
they
been a
have
team
a
who have conceded
better
least
defense than
goals.
last season. They have a
I
better defense
agree.
than last season.
I
They
agree. I
they could not
agree. But
they played well last season also. Defensively, they were
I
good
think they
last
were
season.
top five in considering the amount of goals.
I think top three maybe.
Yeah, could be.
Anyway, okay, we can do young player of the season, but I don't know how to categorize it under 19 or 23 or
exactly,
whatever.
I think young player will be too soon because
Okay, player of the season.
we
We can do the
we
player of
never
the
really
season.
rely on Premier League teams never really rely on their young players.
Okay, let's do two things. Surprise of the season, as in the player, and player of the season.
Player of the season and surprise player of the season.
Yeah.
That is a very difficult thing.
Yeah, there are too many contenders.
I
Let's
need
do
to
this
rethink.
quickly. Let's do this quickly. So, player of the season, just whatever off the top of your head.
Tanmay.
Haaland.
Haaland. Okay.
Because see, as per me, City will be winning.
Yeah, fair
My
enough. Fair
prediction is
enough.
City winning. So Haaland.
Fair enough. He's the most uh, the number one contender for this
League.
spot. What about you, Akshay? Should I say mine and then wait for you, or how do you want to do
Yeah,
it?
you can go ahead.
Okay, my player of the season because I'm putting Arsenal on the first position, so my player of the season will be Odegaard, and he was damn
Plus
impressive
one.
last season. If he
Plus
just
one.
he does few more assists, then I think he will take that spot.
Same. I'll also go for Odegaard. I was confused between Martinelli and Odegaard, but I'll go with Odegaard for player
Okay,
of the season.
okay,
Overall, I think he's captain also, and he'll increase his level.
okay. Surprise player of the season who nobody's expecting.
I still don't know, to be very honest. Yes.
Surprise
I
player of the season.
Chelsea has signed so many players. Think about that. Liverpool has signed few players. Sobozalai and players like.
Soboslai, yeah. Surprise. He can be the surprise of the season,
Okay,
provided he stays fit for the whole season.
okay. Do you want to take more time, Tanmay, or you have it in your mind?
Haaland.
Well, I was about to say
Yeah,
Hoyland as well.
he can
Rasmus
be
Hoyland.
he can be as well. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Well,
gives me that vibe, man.
I'm placing him in the third
What
spot
about
for
Mason
goal
Mount?
scorers.
What do you think about surprise player of the season being
Okay, let
Mason
me tell
Mount?
you one thing. Mason Mount was bought for like 64 million, right? 64
Yeah,
million was the amount, right?
yeah.
And he has proved himself what he is capable of when he is playing well. So
But
we
on
have
current
already
form.
seen these two
But
playing
still,
days. We
Tanmay,
have already seen.
But
if
on
he-
current form.
yeah, if he plays really well, then he will still be a surprise. Let's say if he scores
Yeah,
10 goals,
yeah.
12 assists, he will be a surprise.
He can
I
be a
agree,
surprise.
but I am taking Hoyland's name because most of us
Yeah,
have not seen him playing live.
Yeah, in that sense, in
Most
that
of
sense that
us we have not seen playing
yeah,
him live. So if he does well, if he does something out of the box, that will be a surprise. His numbers have also not been that great. So if he pull out some good numbers, that will be a surprise for all of us.
I think Hoyland and Soboslai are the only players who we haven't seen.
hmm.
Or is there anyone else
I mean,
from the top 14?
McAllister. I mean,
McAllister we have already seen in the World Cup.
he won't be a
I have
surprise.
seen him
Right?
It's,
playing in the World Cup, man, so I know
yeah,
what
yeah,
he's
yeah,
capable
yeah,
of.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So I think Soboslai and Hoyland are the only two
I
who are
think
new.
I think Timber also can be very good also for Arsenal. I mean, the
But
only
he's but he's a fullback, and I don't think fullback can do much for
yeah,
Arsenal.
I mean, on
He'll more
numbers,
defensive rather than provide more assists or play crazy football in that sense.
the Jackson guy that the Chelsea has signed. No,
Jackson,
Chelsea is a
yeah, again, yeah,
uh,
he can be a real surprise, man. He's
Can
very
I
good.
name one surprise player?
yeah.
Yeah,
Raheem Sterling, proving that he's even more shit than we have seen.
Negatives.
just going out of Chelsea by the end of the season.
No,
Chelsea
he will. Yeah,
terminating his
he will.
contract. That could be a surprise, or that
Exactly.
shouldn't be a surprise.
And do you have any
Yeah.
surprise team of the season who like Fulham was last season?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'll go with Fulham again.
in a bad way or a good way?
Good way.
No, I think it was Aston Villa, guys. Surprise team.
Yeah, yeah. After
It
Gerrard
was.
got
I
sacked.
think it was Brighton. I think it was,
No, no, no.
or all three. We can say all three.
Brighton
It was
played well
Aston
in the
Villa for
previous
me.
season also.
They were fighting the relegation when Gerrard left, and they
Yeah, yeah.
finished
Yes,
in the
Aston
seventh
that's
Villa.
what.
position playing
That's
Conference
what.
League. It was Aston Villa.
Okay, I'm going with Tottenham this season for surprise. I think they can play really well.
My surprise team is also Tottenham, going even further down.
No, no.
What about surprise team big Chelsea finishing 15th and fighting relegation?
Yeah.
That is not a surprise. They finished 12th last season, so 15th finishing 15th will not be a surprise. And even if they come, yeah, they can surprise if they finish top four, but I don't see that happening.
What about Everton finishing top 10?
I think they have a good chance of getting relegated. Never mind finishing top 10.
What about Everton losing 7-0 to Luton Town?
They they will definitely
Well,
lose at least 5-0 to Liverpool this season. That you take it from me.
I'm
no, he's
waiting for
not.
Tottenham versus Everton. What a game it would be.
Everton will win.
You're underestimating Tottenham. They will not be that bad. Trust me.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
exactly. They still have good players,
It's
it's a
something which I want.
and their
To be honest,
defense
it's
is
something which I
looking.
want. I don't
Their
want the
defense,
new team which you named Newton. What was the name of
Luton
the team?
Town,
Luton Town.
Luton Town.
Luton Town. Yeah, I would not be. I would want Luton Town to stay in the Premier League and Tottenham getting relegated. I would be really happy seeing that.
Tottenham still have Sonny. Don't underestimate him.
Yeah, they have
And their defense
Kulusevski.
looks organized this time, as compared to last season.
They have a new
The
goalkeeper
defense was
also.
in shambles.
They got a good goalkeeper, but they also have what was the name of that fullback? Uh,
Uh,
Tanganga,
no. That Brazilian,
fullback.
yeah. What's his name? Emerson Royal.
Emerson
Pedro
Royal.
Porro.
Yeah, they have Emerson
Yeah.
Royal who will be leaking goals.
No, he will won't be playing in the first team.
He played
And
in
they still
the.
are trying
Pedro
to get
Porro.
Clement
Pedro
Longley,
Porro.
and they are still trying to get Clement Longley. And guys, I have
uh,
seen him. What kind of a shit defender he is.
I know.
He, I've seen him, and I have banged my head
I
multiple
think
times because of
I
him.
think they'll go play with Davinson Sanchez and another defender.
Is he still there? Davinson Sanchez.
Yeah, yeah,
I
he was
thought he left.
injured, so that's why I'm saying that the defense looks a bit better than last time. This time,
All right, guys. I think we should wrap it up. It's
yeah.
it's quite late now. So,
Who will get the most red
Tanmay.
cards?
Sorry,
Who will get the most red cards?
red cards, Casemiro.
What
He should
about
improve.
Romeo Lavia
No.
if he tackles too
Well,
much?
red cards is a very difficult thing to answer. I think it will be someone from the bottom team only.
Haaland can
I
also
don't
get
see the top eight. Huh?
Haaland
Haaland. Erling
Well,
Haaland.
for that, he has to come
for
behind
bullying
the line and defense properly. He won't do
for
that.
bullying too much.
Yeah. Anyway, Tanmay, any finishing words
Yes.
before we wrap it up?
Yes. So, guys, that was all about our predictions regarding the Caicedo. If you have anything, if you have your point, if you have a different, prediction for the top eight, you can mention that in the comment section regarding the top scorers, regarding the team which is conceding most goals or least goals. Anything you can write that note. You can mention that in the comment section. Soon we will come up with another video. Premier League is starting. Definitely we will be coming up with few reviews as well. So stay tuned till then. And till then, keep subscribing, sharing, and liking. Cheers, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye bye.